Okay, sit rep. Keyboard has been rebuilt. And when I went to put it in, I realised it didn't fit. So I quickly went back and looked at my previous notes and realised that what I have to do is take the motherboard out, fit the keyboard underneath it, and then put the motherboard back in. So a little bit more work to do. It's not a major piece, but it's just a pain in the rump that the keyboard won't go in without actually performing that little exercise. So what we're going to do, take the motherboard out, fit the keyboard, put the motherboard back in, and hopefully at that point we have reassembled the keyboard. Then we just need to clean up the side pieces which are sitting here. They've been sitting on the bench for nearly a year. They just need a quick clean and polish, and then hopefully it will go back together and it will all work. That's the game plan. So let's just crack on and get this project finished, because I was looking at the calendar this morning and I realised that this project has actually been ongoing for nearly a year now. So my projects don't normally take that long to do, but with the supply of new parts and other bits and bobs, it has taken that long. So let's crack on with this. Most of this is probably going to be in fast mode, so you can just see what I'm doing. You can stop the video where you want to, just to sort of outline sort of more detailed stuff of what I'm doing, and we'll get on with it that way around. So let's crack on. Luckily for me, when I took the motherboard out last time, I didn't put all the rear screws in, so I don't have to take those out. Yay! I'll have to put them back. Right, so it's only square it up. So it's only the screws that are inside. 2, 3, 4. That one's out. So hopefully, if I take this out, like so, screw there. Quickly take a photograph so I remind myself what I'm doing. Now the reason why that middle screw seemed like it's got a long way to go is because what there is on the motherboard is there's a piece of metal that sits on top of the keyboard, and effectively I believe it's some sort of earthing connection between this and that, so it's a little bit springy, so you have to just force it down. It kind of feels a bit wrong, but that's what has to happen. So this is the final one of these bolts. As normal, I'm all butterfingers. Is that not? Right, that's the key bed fitted. Now, you will have noted that I'm missing 2 of these big screws and I'm missing 2 of these smaller screws. I am looking for them, and I think I've actually bought them. I just can't find where having cleared everything away and put everything back into the workshop. I'm not quite sure where I've put them. So I can deal with those later. But essentially that is the keyboard now refitted. So what we need to do now is fix the back bits to these bits. So we'll do that next. Remember, like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Go over to Instagram and follow me there. Go over to Facebook, follow me there. That's where the normal notices are. And consider becoming a Patreon. Well, that's it. It's back together. Minus end panels, but I think it's probably a good time to try and test this thing. It's either going to work or it's not going to work, so touch a bit of wood, see what happens. Okay, I'm completely stumped. So I've just switched it on off camera and it doesn't work. So then I've done a bit of diagnostics trying to work out why it's not working. So as it is at the moment, it's safe, it's switched off at the wall. If I plug it in, before I do, I've disconnected the transformer from the power board, which is a new power board that I got for this exercise because the old power board was causing a problem. I also disconnected the load, so there's no power going actually into the synthesizer itself or the sampler. It's all on the board here. So if I now switch it on with no load connected here, and then I just put a probe across the fuse like so, I am getting 240 volts. So if I isolate this at the mains again and I plug the power supply or the transformer into this power board, now keep your eye, if it comes across, keep your eye on that area there. You just move that wire out of the way a bit. Keep your eye on that. Supply power, bang, fuse goes. I have to be honest and say I am completely stumped by this. I don't understand. So there's 2 things either going on here. Either there is a fault there or there is a fault there. Because I can't believe the fault is here. It's isolated, yeah. So not such a good ending story to this project, unfortunately. I was lucky to source the power board, but I'm kind of struggling with what actually might be causing this problem. I'm really struggling what might be causing this problem. I've got one more thing I'm going to try and see if that solves the problem. I'm going to try it off camera and then I'll come back and tell you what I've done. But I just want to try something else, something that I might have done differently to the way the board was originally set up. That could be where the earthing is happening, because I'm sure this looks like an earthing fault to me. Okay, let me try that, and then I'll come back and either this is going to be a good project or it's effectively dead in the water. Unfortunately, I have to report that this sampler is dead. I'm a bit at a loss what's going on here. My original gambit was we had a problem with the power board after I recapped it. I've acquired a new working power board from Synths in the US. Unless that is also failing in the same way. As soon as you put load on to the transformer effectively blows the fuse. So my money is the transformer is the problem. The transformer has created a problem because it's blowing every time you connect load to the transformer. It will blow the 400 milliamp fuse that sits in the unit, which is, so that's where I think the issue is. I haven't seen a S-50 was it a Brando, which Roland used for a lot of transformers of this age. I haven't seen one of these transformers come up for sale recently. I don't know whether there is somebody with stock of them. But the bottom line is every time I put load on it, so if this was unloaded, as in that is unattached, fuse doesn't blow. As soon as that is attached to this board, fuse blows. So my guess is it's here or it's here. And the problem is I can't work out whether this is working properly. In fact, I don't think it is working properly because I think it is giving out iffy voltages. So I'm going to probably say that is where the problem is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this keyboard back together because it's been in bits for far too long. I'm going to put it back together and then I'm going to send it off to storage until I can work out how to fix it. So the story is not over for this S-50, I'm hoping, but for where we are now, it is over. So on that note, on a poor, unsuspecting sampler note, because I do like this sampler, I'm going to have to say live long and prosper, and I'll catch you next time. Bye bye.